Today's what not to do is don't follow your passion. If you are a student of entrepreneur gurus on social media, whether it be YouTube here or LinkedIn, Instagram's full of these people. TikTok is new, they got all these these entrepreneur gurus who've never built a doggone thing in their lives, and they're telling you, just follow your passion. Just find something you're passionate about and follow your passion. That is complete hogwash. Do you know how many people, entrepreneurs just like you, that were passionate about a product? Maybe it's coffee. Like today, normally I'm drinking whiskey in these videos, but today it's a little early in the morning for that. So I'm drinking a little coffee. But they're passionate about coffee, or they're passionate about fashion, or they're passionate about furniture, or they're passionate about decor, and they say, I'm gonna start a business, and I'm gonna go into business, and I'm gonna become a millionaire. I'm gonna have the freedom of time and energy and money as an entrepreneur because I'm passionate about this. And they're dead broke because they followed a passion. Your passion has almost nothing to do with a predictor of success. I teach this thing called the 5 P's of success. And if you're interested in more information about the 5 P's of success, one of the things you can do is listen to my podcast. It's called The Root of All Success. And I actually spend every single episode talking with a super successful entrepreneur about his or her keys to success, how they did it, and I'm running it through these 5 P's. And the 5 P's are, the purpose of this video is not to explain those, but there's reasons, so hang with me. Passion, which I know that seems counterproductive or counterintuitive based on what I'm saying today, but passion, right place, right time, people, knowing the right people, preparation, and plan. And so passion is that first thing that I talk about as a key to success as an entrepreneur. And yet in this video, I'm telling you as an entrepreneur, what not to do as an entrepreneur is don't follow your passion. There's 2 sides to passion. There's the one side of passion that is the emotional side of passion. That's what I'm talking about. It's the I get excited about it. I love it. There's exuberance, there's happiness. I walk taller and straighter when I'm talking about it. I think about it. It's great. If you have a passion and you have these other keys to success, that type of passion will accelerate or help, but it isn't a predictor. You see, I'm passionate about cars and motorcycles. Like my shirt I got on today, I got this for Christmas, like this, real cars don't ship themselves. The last 2 or 3 or 4 cars I've had are all manual, and I realize the manuals are going away. The next car I've ordered is an automatic paddle shifter. I get it. But I'm a car guy. I love cars and I love motorcycles. As a matter of fact, just this past week this past weekend, I spent 5 days riding over 1,000 miles with a friend of mine in the mountains. I've got a trip coming up again. I've got 2 different motorcycles. I've got a trip coming up again in a couple of weeks where we're gonna be gone for, it's 8 days with a bunch of us. I think there's 6 or 7 of us are going. And it's kind of like a mystery trip. The guy that's planning the trip for me, or for us, not for me, but for us is, he switched the locations several times. But I just love doing stuff like that. And I'm gonna go on another trip in the fall for a week. But that does not mean, just because I'm emotionally passionate about it, I should follow my passion and that'll make me successful. See, here's the other side of passion. And here's what I really want you to learn as an entrepreneur. And if you really embrace this, your chances of success go up significantly. And by the way, I've got an assessment on these 5 P's that you could take completely free at therealjasonduncan.com/success. The link will be in the description, but you can go there and take this assessment and it'll give you your indication of probability of success based on the 5 P's, and it starts with passion. So here's the thing about passion. So what not to do as an entrepreneur is don't follow your passion because it's BS. You're following your excitement, the things you love are not necessarily going to lead you to success. Because the other side of passion, so there's this emotional side of passion, but if you go look at the etymology of the word, and that means like where do words come from? How did we come up with this word? If you go look at the etymology of the word passion, it actually means willing to endure or suffer for a cause. Now, if you happen to follow Jesus like I do, then you'll know that there's this thing that we refer to in the Christian faith that says, that refers to the last week of Jesus' life before he was crucified, called the Passion Week. And there's a movie that Mel Gibson produced in the early 2000s called The Passion of the Christ, which talks this is the whole story about him going to the cross and being crucified. Now, That certainly wasn't the type of passion that we talk about in the 2020s, about excitement. I'm passionate about cars and motorcycles. No, it was a willingness to endure, because that's what the word actually means. So passion has two sides. There's this emotional side, and there's a mental side of passion. The emotional side of passion is not going to help you be successful. Now, I will say the caveat to that is if you can also be willing to suffer for it, and the other 4 keys of the 5 keys of success are present, then that passion, that excitement, that enjoyment, that emotional passion will aid. But it is not an indicator. What really is the indicator of success is your ability to want to suffer or be willing to suffer for the cause. One of the big businesses that I started 11 years ago is in the LED lighting business. I started that company. I knew nothing about LED lighting. I knew nothing about electrical work. Here's what I knew how to. I knew how to sell, and I was passionate, not about lights, but I was passionate. But I was willing to suffer through building a business in an industry I didn't know, with a product I didn't completely understand, but I knew the outcome of the product, and I was passionate and willing to suffer because I had a wife and 2 kids, and I had school tuition I had to pay for, I had a mortgage I had to pay for, I had all these bills and responsibilities, and because I was willing to suffer, I was able to build a multi-million-dollar business and go from unemployed school teacher to millionaire. So if you want to know what not to do as an entrepreneur, don't follow your passion. Right now, you probably are thinking, hey man, I've got this great idea. It's in an industry I love. It's in my hobby. I love doing this. That's great. That's fine. But that is not what you should be following. Are you willing to suffer for it? If you know what hits the fan, if it gets really real, and believe me, as an entrepreneur who's failed a lot, it is going to get real, then you've got to make sure that following your passion isn't what this is about. So what not to do as an entrepreneur? You can't go it alone. You can't sleep with your bookkeeper. You don't need a business partner. These are all videos I've done in the series up to now. And then today, it's don't follow your passion. I know that's counterintuitive because you got all these Instagram gurus, you got TikTok gurus, these YouTube, and these gurus are telling you, just find your passion, find what you're passionate about, do something you're passionate about. Bull. That is not gonna lead you to success. Can it help? Sure, it can help a little bit. But you've got to be willing to suffer. If you want to know more about stuff like this, I would be honored to work with you. As a business coach, I work with people just like you every single day. I do one-on-one engagements, and I also do group coaching. And group coaching may be exactly what you need right now. And so if you want to reach out to me at rticoach.com, that's rticoach.com. The link will be in the description. We could talk about what that group coaching might look like and help you figure out your passion and to make sure that you're not following the passion into destruction, into failure, into bankruptcy. So don't do that. I'm The Real Jason Duncan. You can follow me on Instagram or LinkedIn at The Real Jason Duncan. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, hit the bell icon so that you're notified every time I produce new content. I do this series on what not to do as an entrepreneur, and then I also do series on for leadership and sales, and I think that you'll find it very, very helpful. So I will see you on the next video when we get together, and maybe I'll be drinking bourbon next time, or maybe it's coffee, depending on when I film these. So I'll see you next time. I'm The Real Jason Duncan, and remember this, Jesus is King. Cheers.